In the heat of the tithing controversy started by popular on-air personality, Daddy Freeze, the senior pastor of Kingsway International Christian Centre, KICC, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo recently spoke exclusively with Nige. On how Nigerian youths can reduce the rate at which young people die, especially men. He noted that aside poor health system in the country, polygamy is one of the reasons young men who can barely cater for themselves die prematurely, and this has helped increase unnecessarily the high rate of widows in the country. Speaking on why we have a lot of young widows in Nigeria, the cleric said, Pastor Ashimolowo charges Nigerian youths not to go abroad. The younger generation, young men, who do not have as much care for their lives as they should, sometimes have 2, 3, 4 wives. The cleric, who has been holding a yearly empowerment program for widows in his hometown, Osun State, with the 12th edition this year, said the widow that moved him to tears the most was a 20-year-old lady came forward during one of the empowerment scheme and claimed she is a widow. He said the lady was 6 months pregnant with her first child when her husband died, thus leaving her without a husband. To young Nigerians who are jobless and thinks going abroad is the answer to their problem, the pastor advised that they should think of what they can do for their country and in the country rather than what the country can do for them. They should look inward rather than think of going to Libya to get to Europe. For the young people, Nigeria is our country. There is nothing we can do about that. Don't check out, don't run to Libya. It sounds like an unfair statement to make for somebody who has lived in Europe for 34 years, but the truth also is that I visit 7 to 8 African nations every year. Besides South Africa, there is no other African nations that have much opportunity as Nigeria has. In fact, that was the reason we Nigerians are said to be agitated. We are by nature business people, whether it is a secondary school person or a university graduate. The rest of Africa, according to an argument I used in my book What's Wrong with Being Black, much of African subsistence in their thinking, just survive and get food to eat. But the Nigerian man does not want to survive, he wants to make big money like Dangote, like the musicians sing. Stop looking to government to give you a job, stop looking to industry but look inward. In the words of J.F. Kennedy, ask not what your nation can do for you, ask what you can do for your nation. Stop. Realize that the larger the number, the higher the competition. If you can't get the ones at the top, every pyramid has a bottom. Go to the bottom, there are opportunities, there is something you can do. And if you leave Nigeria to go and live in another nation, respect the laws of that nation. For the moment, there is some degree of ill feelings toward Nigerians in many nations. It isn't because of the ones who are doing good, it's because of the ones who come to defraud. In Dr. Congo, the biggest electronic market there belongs to Nigerians and they respect them. In Zimbabwe, electronic market and other businesses. Actually, if you know the number of health services sustained in Africa by the Nigerian doctors, you will be amazed. In Namibia, a good number of their doctors are Nigerians, a good number of professors in South African universities are Nigerians. If you are still in the lower cadre and you don't have all these academics, look inward. What's my passion? What's my gift? No man is a junk.